Hello everyone, this is Swati and welcome to my first YouTube video. I am a design team member of Tubby Craft. Today, I'll be sharing a step-by-step tutorial on how to make your own wooden magnets using Tubby Craft stamps and stencils. Let's start with the first design. I have a 3.5 inches wooden disc here. For the background, I am using some watercolors to paint the whole surface. You can use any brand of watercolors you have and you can use any round brush to paint this. The choice of colors is yours. I have used some yellow, some orange and some pink to create an ombre effect. Once that is done, I'll keep aside the block to dry. Then I take my Tubby Craft stamp, Love Moon, mount it on an acrylic block and stamp it using some waterproof ink. Once I've stamped the image, I'll just be coloring the spacecraft and the moon. You can use any watercolors you have on hand. I'm using a round brush that has a thin tip so that I can paint the nooks and corners of the image. I'm also using some shimmer paints here to add that shine onto my spacecraft. You can also use a glitter pen you have. I'm using 4 colors to add shimmer to the images. Once I'm done coloring the images, I take some shimmer paint and splatter some on the wooden disc I've painted earlier. I also use some shimmer spray paint to outline the disc and get that shine only on the edges. Once I'm done painting the whole disc, I'll keep it aside for drying. I then fuzzy cut the moon and the spacecraft, leaving a slight white border around them. I stamp the whole image again onto the wooden disc. Make sure that your background has dried completely before you stamp onto it. When you're stamping on a wooden block or any rough surface, make sure that you press the image hard onto the wooden block so that you get a crisp and clean image. Once I've stamped the whole image, I stick the fuzzy cut images onto the block in the exact same stamp places. I use a strong glue to do this so that the paper doesn't come off later. Let this wooden block dry for another 24 hours and then you can varnish it. You can stick a magnetic tape at the back or a small magnet to hold on to your fridge or any iron surface. Let's move on to the next design. I am using ink pads and blending brushes to do some ink blending on this wooden disc. Since the surface of the disc is smooth, the inks blend nicely. I then take a Tubby Craft stencil number 19. I totally love the stencil as I can create various designs using just this one stencil. I use some black ink and blend it using a blending brush over the stencil design. After I am happy with the blending, I keep the block aside for drying. We have used no water, so it should take less time to dry. I choose a cake image from Tubby Craft's Adorable Runner stamp set. I stamp the image on a watercolor paper using some waterproof ink. Then I use some pastel shades watercolor to color the image. I use a fine tipped round watercolor brush to paint my cake image. Adding some shimmer onto the candles. Once the image is dried, I fuzzy cut the whole image using a pair of scissors. Here is a fuzzy cut image. I stamp "Let's Celebrate" sentiment from the same stamp set to the bottom of the disc. I use a black ink to do that. A fuzzy cut image is now ready to be mounted on the wooden disc. I use a strong glue to do that. I am now drawing some dots using a white gel pen. I also use some glossy accents for the balloon. It will give a shine to all these balloons. I am using the glossy accent on all the 3 balloons. Once I am done, our second magnet design is pretty much completed. You can add some more embellishments onto it. You can use a magnetic tape or a small magnet at the back to stick it onto your fridge or your cupboard. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to the Tubby Craft channel for more such crafty tutorials. Thank you.